Now after seeing this movie being released back in 2021, I ain't gonna lie, I low-key thought this was gonna be some straight cheeks. At that point, we ain't had a good Marvel movie since Endgame came out, so I thought nothing of it. But after watching this recently, I can say this is absolute cinema. The straight hands in this movie have to be some of the best we've ever seen in the MCU. So without further ado, let's get straight to the peak. Okay, so the scene starts off with Shang and Katy doing karaoke, and to cut things short, they are straight bums. These are people from high school that never got out the school mindset. I'm talking 35 chilling with their 16-year-old group leader spamming 6'7". You are a loser. Simple. But even with all this, they still had to go through the pain of getting a job as a valet driver, and even then they still acting like kids. But we ain't gonna sit here and act like Katy ain't straight whipping this, doing all this with a smile on her face. I know the owner about mad as hell. Brody worked his whole life for the V, just for the second coming of Lewis Hamilton to be driving it like these. But they hop on the bus the next day and Katy's over here clowning Shorty for writing a paper on the bus. Getting clowned for being a contributing member to society is crazy. That's how people be looking at you the second you say you want an education instead of being a bum all day. Guys can't even want to be something in life. But a random guy then pulls up staring in Sean's face. Why are you looking at me, my nigga? What size is that chain, gang? I'ma need that.
Okay, nigga, and I bought it. I know it's clean. What's up?
That boy tried to turn into the original chain snatcher. You will get booed. Two more pull up from behind, grabbing him, and damn, whole palm to the face is crazy. And this is where Shang decides to turn up right to the stomach, turn Brody into the letter E. I know his belly hitting the horizontal right now, but he then gets grabbed, pulled back, and blocked elbow and peep the weave. And he's really just out here frying them. The way he puts back on the jacket is just so clear. But Shang finishes taking out the goons and the final boss decides to make his appearance. Brody was sitting in the back with his jacket on. I'm sorry, this is not a banger. I know he was trying his hardest to aura farm. You're not that guy, pal. Trust me, you're not that guy. But he then pulls out his metal hot blade, weave, and the squabbles commence. Brody even cut the brake wires on accident. Now Morgan Freeman over here can't stop the bus. Got Brody shaking. But they continue boxing and Showdown is really Weave Nation certified. But the next thing he does would have got me so mad, so irate, so aggravated, it's insane. He gon' grab her laptop, let bro cut it in half, hit him with it and give it back to her. Yeah, we would have had to throw the hands right there and then. This may just be the most pointless thing I've ever seen. But Morgan Freeman ends up crashing, knocking himself out, leaving the boss to do his own thing. And all we can ask now is who gon' drive the boat? Don't even attempt it. But Shang hops in the seat, turning the corner, and Brody is coming back for the smoke. Weave, another one, blocks with the foot and grabs the hand. And the tag team is crazy, with Katy coming in with the fire hydrant to the head and Shang kicking him back. Incredible. And she even takes over driving the bus, and like the M4 she is straight whizzing it. But they continue boxing in the back with Brody cutting the bendy bit of the bus. I low-key never used to understand how this worked. I thought they bended actual metal for it. You stupid. But he then pulls up on Katy, telling her to hit a hard right on his signal. The rest of the goons get up and Shang gets straight to the hands. And these really be my favorite fight scenes for real. You can never go wrong with a hallway shot fight. If you ever played Sifu, you know that one fight lives rent free in my head. But he finishes piecing everyone up, and is that Flight reacts? I really just don't know how he hit one of these in a basketball match. But he hits a weave, block, kick to the knee, and puts Brody in a full Nelson, telling everyone to get to the front of the bus. And Big Boy is over here still recording. In a life-threatening situation, he's still trying to get a flick for the gram. Got about 2 followers, no one is watching. But Sword had pushes Shang off, slip, gets pushed against the wall, and Brody starts saying how they're gonna go after his sister next. And this really has to be the dumbest thing I've seen villains do. How you gonna tell them you're going after their family member and expect them not to get a Zenkai boost? Cause Shang pulls a stop request lever and Katy hits the hard right, with Shang kicking bro and jumping to the other side. Just for Katy to now have to run over not just one but two I-8s just to avoid the truck. And Brody ain't even moved over to the side for 1 second. Bro, the whole road was free. If I was the owner of the I-8, I wouldn't even blame Katy, I would blame this nigga. But the bus then stops and Sean realizes that his pendant is gone, with Swordhand coming out the bus with the pendant in his hand. Brody done snatched his chain without him even knowing. I know he being recruited by the YNs as we speak. But Sean then pulls up back to the crib and decides to go to Macau to save his sister, with Katy coming with him. I don't know what he expects her to do, but F it, we ball. So while on the plane we get this whole backstory of him, his sister and his dad, saying that after his mom died, his dad went straight back to his tyrant ways. Brody was missing the game, was out for about 10 years, had to get right back in within seconds of her death. I wouldn't even blame bro, went crazy after losing his ball. I felt the same way after fumbling my first 10 out of 10. Thought I was future, but I was not that guy. So his father trained Sean up to be an assassin while his sister taught herself. But when it was time to send bro in a hit, he decided not to do it and ran away to live his life in America, the land of the free, where you got grown ass men making TikToks like these. I really just don't know what compelled bro to do such a thing. But they make it to Macau, pulling up to the address, and it's a whole fight club. And turns out Brody's gone viral on Facebook. Nigga, Facebook. I really just don't know why movies still use Facebook like anyone under the age of 35 uses it. All the directors are straight unks, cause there's no way you think anything goes viral on Facebook. But they get to the ring and Abomination is fighting Wong. I don't know what kind of crossover this is. And the fall off is crazy. How you go from this to this? Brody used to look like a straight menace, now he look like Fish Stick's cousin. I know he mad. But Sean hops in the ring for his fight. His opponent walks out just for it to be his sister, and she's on straight timing, running out the cave. That boy Sasuke in the back talking about,
he copied my whole fucking flow.
Word for word, bar for bar. Even came in with the flying knee. Like I said in my last vid, who is teaching them this? This is straight death. But they get to boxing and she's low-key piecing him up. Got him telling her to stop the whole time. This isn't fair. He ain't unlocked the Chris Brown transformation yet. And the squabbles are really just so peak, cause she grabs him, he gets out, blocked through over the shoulder just to get hit with a two-piece thrown down and die. Brody in the crowd talking about that hurt. Whoa. But they eventually finished having their siblings quarrel, with XuXaiLing knocking Brody out and got Katy downstairs sipping on a martini. She done betted on bro to lose, and hey, I wouldn't even blame her, gotta get that bag by any means necessary. But they start talking, with him telling his sister that their dad is now on his way to take his pendant, but she's over here talking about some we do not care. And after that fight we just saw, I can't even hate, she is like that. But just as I say this, the goons pull up, causing a commotion downstairs. Sean looks back and Shorty done left bro without a sense of care in the world. So he breaks the window, seeing if they can reach the elevator, they can hop on the next floor. They climb onto the scaffolding, and all of a sudden the guards pull up trying to attack them. Dog, what did he do to you? You already got the pendant. What more could you possibly want? Attacking for pure love of the game, and they're still getting absolutely washed. But one of them pulls up on Katy, and she's over here singing Hotel California right in front of him, and from this song alone she is never getting the orcs. And after hearing this, Brody instantly tries to slime her out, and I wanna know how you is a trained ninja getting weaved by Aquafina.
This nigga is trash.
But he ends up cutting the rope attached to the bamboo stick she is holding, cause surely looking like she's trying to play grab the flag, and I genuinely think I could do this first time, even though I know for a fact I couldn't. But the stick starts to break, and peep the way Brody is moving to save her. This is really the perfect definition of a power boost. You see, when a woman is in the vicinity of a man doing any kind of physical activity, he will automatically get a +5 attribute boost in every stat. Look at him. I know what kind of man you are. But he catches her right before it dropped just to get electrocuted, dropping her. Got the whole scene looking straight out of Spider-Man. But Sean's sister XuXaiLing ends up pulling up, saving her. Got her over here asking for a thank you after doing the bare minimum.
No
But she climbs up to Shang and they is really hitting team combos on the guys, straight violating them with the power of siblings. I know you effing lying. But they finish taking out all the guards just for a bomb to come out of nowhere and the death dealer to pull up. I ain't even gonna lie, Brody is straight clean. Peep the way he's climbing down. The sheer amount of body control and strength needed to do this is insane. But he grabs the pendant and hits the dash. I respect it. We ain't doing none of this nonsense fighting. Did what he needed to do and got out efficiently. Incredible. But Shang decides to hook him down, out here copying Cap and Bucky word for word, bar for bar. He tries to jump out the window. The hook down was really exceptional. This is the type move I be pulling to make sure the lady in front of me gets home safe, or a contributing member to society. But they get to boxing, and this angle with the light in the back, the director was cooking. But I'ma need you guys to look in for me real quick, cause he hits a weave, pulls his hand around, knocking the knife out just to catch it himself. Parry gets blocked himself, blocked again, and Death Dealer flicks the knife out with his hand, returning it to his rightful owner. Weave, block, elbow to the chest and a spinning kick to the face. And the recovery is insane. Shang got back up within seconds, grabbing the knife to squabble. And this fight is really just so clean, with Shang beating bro and remembering all the ass whippings he used to get, fueling him to try and slime him out. Brody got one too many hits with that stick. Last one turned him into a straight crasher. We finna murk everyone that trained him as a child. So he goes for the kill just to get stopped by his father with the 10 rings. And he really just be flexing them everywhere he goes. He even took it as far to roll up his sleeves just to show the rings. At this point they may as well be the whole fit themselves. But he pulls up on Shang telling him to come home, and as of right now I ain't gonna lie, he don't seem like a bad dad. Yes, he did send Hitman to get the pendant off his kids, but that's about it for real. Cause they get back to the crib and he gave them dinner like a normal family. They even started reminiscing on the good old times, talking about how school was closed and Fortnite was out. Brody, you were 30. But of course, instead of just being a normal guy, he's absolutely deranged, thinking that his wife is speaking to him through a lock cell in Tao Lo, the place where she grew up, which is the reason why he wanted the pendant, so he could use them to find a map to Tao Lo and burn down the village just to get to his wife. Brody is straight hallucinating at this point, got the crash out in his head telling him to tweak. Soon enough you gonna have a soldier say the wrong thing once and get absolutely murked. This is just sad. But of course Shang and XuXaiLing disagree.
Get the fuck out of here, little nigga. Take that dumb shit with you.
And my question really is why they brought Katy here in the first place. I know she ain't done anything wrong, but I see no sense in bringing her to the spot. Even got her eating at the family table. Like, who the fuck is this nigga? But WenWu tells the guards to lock him up. Lock him up. Just for them to meet this random entertainer in the same cell. And Brody ain't even the weirdest part of the scene, it's the fact he's a Liverpool fan. Out of every team on the planet, you chose Liverpool, the guys with the worst accents in the world. I don't know why you Canadians are laughing, y'all are up there as well. Both accents are straight cheeks. But he basically tells them that he's an entertainer for their dad and some of the guards, and this weird ass creature comes out of nowhere. Animal designer team was having way too much fun, cause how do you even create this? And to make matters worse, Brody's name is Morris. What's up with these pet owners giving their pets the most odd names? It be the same with African parents. Be in the delivery room talking about they want to name their child accomplishments. You're weird, buddy.
You're weird.
But Morris basically tells them that he wants to go back to his home in Tao Lo and he can help them get there with a 19% chance. Brody's acting like he gonna be of any use. 19%? Yeah, you might as well stay in the cell. So they break out, hopping in the V, trying to dip just for the goons to pull back up on them. Got Shang and his sister straight cooking them from inside the car. But they grab one of the goons using his fingerprint to open up the gate, closing it again and chucking Brody out the V. Doing bro like Captain America did the Falcon. Really chuck bro off the shield just to make space for the holes. I know he was mad as hell. But they pull up to the spot and end up making it to Tao Lo with the help of Morris. Brody was giving out straight 10 out of 10 comms. This the type of teammate everyone on the game needs. I get on the game nowadays, you got guys trying to go Super Saiyan in the back. Brother, stop. But they make it to the village hopping out the V, and this movie was low-key just a BMW showcase. We had the M8 at the start, the two i8s, and now this car. I can't lie, I don't know what it's called. someone put it down in the comments. But they get to talking with the village people, and off the jump, they is on straight timing. It's not trying to get colonized in any way, shape or form. Gonna have the townspeople speaking perfect English in 5 years. Oh, none of that, man. But their mum's sister pulls up, welcoming them and showing them around the village, saying that they're the guardians of the gate that has the dweller of darkness look behind. And the voice their dad's been hearing is bro in the cell pretending to be his wife. Oh no, getting mentally catfished is crazy. He's expecting to open the gate, see a 10 out of 10 APG just to see Golak the Destroyer. I know you haven't lied. Katy then goes to train in the bow and arrow. We gonna have Aquafina as the next Hawkeye in 3 years, and the duo get their new fits and they're clean. Got Brody geeked. He ain't had a fit this hard in his life. Been used to the brown shirt and grey joggers combo every day. You're a bum. But we then go through this whole training arc with Shang learning how to fight like his mum used to, and he comes to the realization that he's gonna have to murk his own father, and we get a backstory of his mum passing. And all I deduce from this scene is that bro's bodyguards are absolutely trash. They just walked up in the crib and murked her on the spot. Ain't even give her the faith of a one-on-one. This is crazy. And hey, you've got to respect the dad. Brody pulled up on the guys who did it on feet. One-man army gets 50 nigga and violated all of them. Even made his son watch so he could flex the 10 rings in front of him. Sensational. But we fast forward to the next day, and this is where we get to the pull up, and he really wasted no time. They got straight to war. This is really the Crips versus the Bloods, and that boy WenWu ain't even fighting for real. He's just aura farming, walking through the battle, allowing his men to take them on. I ain't even go lie, this was just clean. But Shang peeps him running after him, and Brody's just chilling at the shrine for his wife. I ain't go lie, he ain't even a villain in my eyes. He's just a guy who wants his wife back, but is straight delusional. This be the same way with niggas. After getting the slightest bit of attention, start mapping out your whole future together. I ain't even said hello yet, you stupid. But they really get to boxing. What about your kids?
And fuck my son. They drew Elijah Wild Black Jr. Fuck that baby.
They get to the squabbles, and that boy is hitting straight parry after parry, block after block, just to kick him in the back of the neck. Go have Brody looking like these, straight Discord mode posture. But he starts walking, give me that. Kick to the chest and changes the stage. Slap Brody into a new scenery. He getting the best view while getting his ass whooped. Damn. When we then start spamming triangle attack just to get them all parried, weave, block to dodge and stick to the face. And Shang-Chi Loki starts turning up, spin move, kick back and get straight to piecing up his father. Brody got taller than him, started feeling like the man of the house. Hold these rings to the stomach, boy.
Bitch made boy.
Brody getting a bit too big for his boots, had to remind him who the man is. But he then jumps over to the cell and starts pounding on the door, transferring all the rings onto one hand just to get it open. By the end of this, he gonna have the door open but have his arms like Deku. He can't even hug his wife. And this one punch already has the monsters escaping, and they got straight to sliming people out. The 10 Rings army's weapons don't even work on them. They had to team up with the village people just to defend themselves. Even got Katy pulling up with a bow and arrow to help. Get a load of this guy. But we cut the Shang-Chi in the water, and he ends up meeting the Great Protector. He came out the water straight aura farming up the back of the dragon. Had everyone watching it straight aura. They ain't never seen someone this clean. Got someone in the back straight hating, saying that he was gonna do that anyways. Yeah. But they get to war with the monsters, and Shang-Chi pulls up back on his dad to run the ones. Got Brody copying his mum word for word, bar for bar. Even got his dad geeked in the same way he was back when he was fighting his mum. My son might actually be nice with it. I lied. Elbow to the face, hold these rings. But we cut to Trevor, and he's really been taking acting notes from Shikamaru playing dead. Even had Morris drain in as well. I don't even blame them. Straight 60 overalls playing in the park. They were putting up 0 stats. Just getting hit with contact dunks over and over again. This is just sad. But we cut back to the main event. WenWu charges up an attack, sending it out, and Shang-Chi copies Poe straight off the page, turning the rings into his own. Started talking about some.
Bro, I robbed you, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I robbed you, gang. You ain't do shit about it.
And they start boxing, got them going band for band with the rings, and the fact that Shang-Chi is holding up just after getting them is crazy. This is first 5 minutes with the rings and he's a straight natural. But when we sends his rings through the ground attacking him from below, Shang-Chi gets flown up into the sky and nigga, is that Deku? Really got bro hitting one of these, this is crazy. But he sends his rings flying at Shang-Chi, they land back on the ground, the rubble clears and he done taken them for himself. Brody done stole his rings with ease, got Unk still putting up his hands to squabble. Bro, a regular human now, putting up the paws. Gramps, if you don't sit down, go have bro talking about medkit by the time the fight is over. But Shang-Chi charges up a Kamehameha just to not attack. He ain't trying to kill his father, even though he taught him that this is Riz is still his dad. But just as bro comes to his senses, it was too late as the Dweller of Darkness makes his appearance. Got Brody in straight disbelief, got hit with the catfish of doom. Though he had his wife speaking in his ear, whole time it was this thing. And this on straight timing coming after bro instantly, with WenWu saving his son and getting taken away anyways. But hold on, rewind real quick. Start and... why is he mugging? Brody in a life or death situation and looks up to flex the jawline on his own son. Angle and act surprised when he gets taken away. Is this nigga serious? But as he's getting his soul snatched, he decides to pass on the rings to Shang-Chi and gets packed up. And now the Dweller of Darkness has got his eyes on Shang-Chi, but rejected by Anthony Davis. This is defense on another level that I've never seen. He's even got the word in his name. Him and DDG going band for band. And the Dweller of Darkness does not want the smoke. Brody hit the dash instantly. Remember, there's levels to this. Last time they ran the ones, Brody got smoked 12-0. You're trash. But Shang-Chi then hops on the dragon and they get straight to hawking it down. Done hit bro with a blast through the water and uses it to surround it. Just for the Darkness Dweller to have the same power as Phantom. Got more eats and got strong enough to break out the move. Brody got a power boost from eating souls. Shout out to Omar. And now it's on straight timing, hitting the Great Defender with a headbutt and putting bro in a full Nelson. That's the type move niggas start pulling out the second the hoes get around it. You're one of those. But it then starts taking its soul out. Whole scene looking like something from How to Train Your Dragon. But just before it can finish, Katy comes in with the clutch play of the century, shooting it in the neck. People a face of pure shock. She ain't even mean to do that. Was aiming for one of the minions instead. But hey, we take. But now the Great Defender is on the run. Hold this trap and Shang-Chi ends the fight, hitting bro with the 10 rings to the chest, exploding the Dweller of Darkness.
Ball game.